In this lecture of orthopedic rehabilitation protocol, the joint we will discuss is the ankle joint. This is our second last lecture. The pathology that we will discuss is the ankle sprain. In the ankle sprain, inversion type lateral ligament injuries occur in almost 85% of the cases, and the poor rehabilitation increase the chance of injury recurrence. So a good rehabilitation program by physiotherapist is very essential. Inversion type injury and mostly of the lateral ligament. The test we will do for the ankle sprain, the first test is the Taylor tilt test. In this test, anterior talofibular joint foot in the plantar flexion with patient sitting invert the foot. First the therapist invert the foot, and in the calcaneofibular foot in the anatomical position invert the foot. The positive sign of this test is to pain or and excessive inversion. If there is pain or excessive inversion means the ligament has injured. The main function of ligament is to provide stability. When there is excessive inversion, it means ligament is injured. This is the test for the Taylor tilt test that we do for the ankle sprain. The second test we will do is the anterior drawn test. The Taylor tilt test, the position is here. In the anterior drawn test, patient is in spine position. The ankle is flexed to the 10 to 15 degree. Stabilize the calcaneus. Here you can see stabilize the calcaneus. With one hand, fixate the tibia as close as possible with the other hand. Fixate the tibia with the other hand. Draw the foot anteriorly with the hand all on calcaneus. Draw the foot anteriorly. So you can see if there is increased anterior translation compared to the sound side, then this is the positive sign of anterior drawn test, because the ligament is unstable and the translation is increased. These are two tests that we do for the ankle sprain: Taylor tilt test and the anterior drawn test. The rehabilitation phase that we have main focus. In the rehabilitation phase of ankle sprain, there are few phases. In the phase 1, it's of 0 to 2 weeks. The goal in this phase is to decrease pain and inflammation and improve flexibility and range of motion, and also to reduce swelling of the ankle. The intervention in the acute phase is the icing, compression, elevation, rise protocol, and electrical stimulation. Range of motion, both passive and active range of motion is necessary. Active range of motion within pain-free ranges, and the protection of the ligament is also essential by the use of taping, splints, orthotics, braces or cast. Based on clinical judgment and patient presentation, according to patient condition, we can use them. In the phase 1, we have goal to decrease pain, inflammation, swelling, and improve range of motion and flexibility. We use modalities and also go for ICE protocol. Weight bearing as tolerated. According to patient condition, weight bearing as tolerated also is essential. Utilize assistive devices for normalization of gait pattern. Exercises we do is the passive range of motion of ankle in all planes, stretches of the gastrocnemius and the soleus muscle. Gastrocnemius is the superficial muscle of the back of leg and it is the deep muscle. Gait training with various assistive devices depend on the patient level of pain. Modalities also we use for the pain relief and edema. Other activities may perform core, hip and knee strengthening exercises, means the lower extremity strengthening exercises is also very important. Proprioception training, single leg stance with stable surface, balance board, Ball toes step up onto balance board. Balancing of patient is important. This is the movements that the patient can perform. This is in the A, this is in the B, and this is the C directional movements. Ankle sprain rehabilitation phase 2. The goal in this phase is to improve the strength and endurance, active and passive range of motion, and also focus on the proprioception and control. The intervention we use is the modalities control pain and edema. Range of motion exercises is also crucial. Active range of motion strengthening isometrics means when the muscles have same length in, and also eccentric and concentric exercise. Eccentric when the muscle is lengthened, and concentric when the muscle is shortened. Exercises we do in the pain free ranges and according to the patient condition. Dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, inversion, eversion with the help of TheraBand in the pain free range is crucial. Foot intrinsic strengthening exercises, isometric squats, calf raising, toe raising, these are all the exercises. Rocker board, treadmill, walking, biking, and some other activities for the strengthening of the lower extremity is very important. In the phase 3, advanced strengthening and neuromuscular control. The goal in this phase is to strengthen training, improve power, muscular power, speed, agility, and neuromuscular control, and the proper body mechanics, movement patterns, and increase stability, proximal stability, because the lower extremity, in the lower extremity, proximal stability is very important. So these are the goals in the phase 3 and instructions. They continue with the previous exercises program. Also encourage hip core stability and strengthening exercises, and also go for hip abductors and extensor strengthening. Intervention we do is the manual therapy in the phase 3, soft tissue work, talocruder and subtalar gliding for improve the mobility. Gliding is we used for improving the joint mobility. Exercise we do is the strengthening proprioceptive agility and power exercises. We have some other examples, that is treadmill, resistive side sitting, plank, bridging with progression. We do exercises in the progressions according to patient condition. Some other activities we also included is the taping braces. With the help of taping braces, begin practice with sport specific, depend upon the, if the patient is the athlete, we can go for sport specific activities. In the last phase, phase 4, return to sports. In this phase we have to go for progression of strengthening exercises, development of individualized maintenance program for the athlete, and the eliminate possible fear of movement. If there is any fear or fear of re-injury, then we need to eliminate it. Specific instructions in this phase are continue previous exercise program. The exercise that we continue from phase 1 should continue in the phase 4. The intervention is this suggested treatments are modalities for the relief of muscle soreness, and also we use cryotherapy. Manual therapy, mobilization, glides is very important, and exercises that have that in which muscle strengthening is increased, like power and agility based exercises. Some other exercises example that we discussed previously is also very important, but in the high progression. Single leg hopping forward, single leg and double leg dot drills, agility lateral exercises, single leg bounding, sprinting, shuffling, backward running, so that the athlete can move his lower extremity and all his body in the all directions. Multiplanar exercises, agility and polymetrics trainings. These are sport specific. These exercises can be done with the help of sports physiotherapist. Other activities, return to sports is also important. Return to sports practice in more unpredictable environment in a graded manner is very important, and we can use for it taping or bracing. This is our lecture of the ankle sprain, in which we will discuss what is ankle sprain, the test to diagnose the ankle sprain, and its complete rehabilitation. Which type of ankle sprain is common? Write this answer in the comment below. Thank you.